shouting, insult, abuse, violence, rape. Globally, 1 in 3 women and girls will experience physical or sexual violence during their lifetime. That is more than 800 million women worldwide. For many of them, the threat looms largest where they should be safest, in their own homes. In MENA region, around 35% of married women have experienced intimate partner violence at least once in their lifetime. Globally, 38% of all women murders are committed by intimate partners. Gender-based violence, or GBV, is any act that is perpetrated against a person's will and is based on gender norms and unequal power relationships. It can result in physical, emotional, psychological, or sexual harm. Although women and girls are overwhelmingly affected by GBV, men and boys can also be at risk. No matter your age or background, anyone can experience GBV. GBV is an issue faced by communities in all contexts. However, it is demonstrated that during armed conflicts, disasters, and other emergencies such as pandemics, risks of GBV are exacerbated. Intimate partner violence, child marriage, sexual abuse against girls and boys, trafficking and sexual exploitation are on the rise. GBV is often life-threatening and impacts a survivor's safety, well-being, dignity, rights, livelihoods, health, and many other aspects, both in the short and long term. The stigma and shame, as well as fear of retribution, often prevent survivors from coming forward. Therefore, GBV often remains invisible. Most acts of GBV are perpetrated by someone known to the survivor. This can include people in authority, including humanitarian workers. Sexual exploitation and abuse is a form of gender-based violence that constitutes an abuse of power by aid workers against the affected population. The abuse is based on gender inequality, power imbalance, and disrespect of human rights. The Red Cross and Red Crescent movement protects vulnerable people from sexual exploitation and abuse by its staff and volunteers. We have a zero-tolerance policy on sexual exploitation and abuse of affected populations, as this is gross misconduct. As the world's largest humanitarian network, the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies is committed to address GBV. In 2015, our movement adopted a resolution entitled Sexual and Gender-Based Violence: Joint Action on Prevention and Response. This resolution clearly states our role and responsibilities as a movement to address sexual and gender-based violence in armed conflict, disasters, and other emergencies. Through our national societies and around 12 million volunteers, our movement benefits from community-based expertise and has a unique reach and access to work on GBV, including during humanitarian crisis. The International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies supports national societies in the long term by building their capacities to prevent and respond to GBV. We support authorities to build better national and regional systems to address GBV in situations of disaster and other emergencies. GBV is everyone's problem, and we all have a responsibility and role to play in addressing this issue in the course of our work, regardless of what sector we are working in. Saving lives, changing minds.